Well, it looks like it's that time of year again. We have our first LEGO Star Wars leaks for 2026. Well, I say leaks, but they're more so rumors, so these are technically subject to change or not confirmed, so I guess just kind of keep that in mind throughout the video. But most of these sets actually do sound pretty realistic for next year, so I think they're most likely true. And also, it's not like these rumors are just coming from anywhere, they're coming from 3 pretty trustable figures within the community. But anyways, there are currently 6 sets that are rumored right now for next year. All we have is just the identity of these sets, what they're going to be. We have no piece counts, no set numbers, no prices, no release dates, just the identities of the set. And the first one is a new Playscale AT-AT based off the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. And this one is not surprising at all. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were expecting this for 2026. And that's because if you remember, the Mandalorian and Grogu movie trailer leaked in like 2023, I think. It might have been 2022. But regardless, a few years ago, the trailer did leak and there was a clip of it where the Mandalorian was like riding a little AT-RT under some big AT-ATs that were firing at him. And because of that clip in the trailer, most people just kind of assumed that would end up being a LEGO set, and it looks like now we actually have some evidence for that. On the list of rumors I have here, there's a little note under this one that says smaller than the previous one, which was the 2020 AT-AT, and while that is disappointing, I mean, it's not surprising with LEGO's current trend of downsizing sets. It's probably still going to have a pretty hefty price tag though. I wouldn't be surprised if this set is about $180 or maybe even $190, and smaller than the previous one we got, which again is disappointing, but at this point, it's expected. Next up, we have another Mandalorian set, that being a new Playscale Razor Crest, and this is another one that just makes sense because of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. And this one actually has a little note under it that says similar in size to the last one, but with more yellow, which is nice. The first Playscale Razor Crest was $140, I believe, so I wouldn't be surprised if this one is probably about $160 and relatively the same size, which actually sounds fine to me. I mean, I'd take that, but really that's all we know about this set. No minifigure list, nothing like that. We literally just know the identity and that it's gonna be the same size as the old one. Anyways though, the next rumored set on the list is a Darth Vader bust, and this is kind of out of nowhere, but at the same time, Marvel is getting that Spider-Man bust this year, and recently Star Wars kind of has been following Marvel. The best example of this being with the Marvel logo releasing last year and then the new Star Wars logo releasing this year. So since Marvel has that Spider-Man bust, it actually kind of makes sense as to why Star Wars is getting a Darth Vader bust, allegedly. This next one is a bit of a random one, that being a Siege of Mandalore battle pack with 2 Mandalorian Super Commandos and 2 332nd Clone Troopers. And this is actually kind of ironic because a few days ago I posted a poll in my community tab where I asked you guys what sets you think LEGO should make, and I put a Siege of Mandalore battle pack as one of the options, and then a few days later it's actually a rumor. I just thought that was kind of funny. But regardless though, we're getting 2 Mandalorian Super Commandos. The last and only time we saw these guys was back in 2013, so it's going to be nice to see some updated ones. And then we're also going to get 2 332nd Troopers. I assume they're just going to be the exact same ones we got in 2023. But the thing I'm most curious about with this set is what the retail price is going to be if this set actually ends up being real. I'm really curious to see if this is going to be a $20 set or a $23 set. Well, actually, I say I'm really curious, but it's most likely going to be $23. If you watch my review of the Night Troopers battle pack, I basically explained how there was no need for that price raise, even with tariffs in mind. It kind of just came down to LEGO's greed, and I assume that's probably going to apply to this battle pack too. I think $23 is probably going to be the new standard. I don't think we're ever going to see a $20 battle pack again, to be honest. But nevertheless, this is a pretty cool rumor. I'm excited for those Mandalorian Super Commandos. Next up, we have a very exciting set that people have been wanting for a while now, that being a Midi-Scale Venator. And this is not surprising at all. I mean, everyone kind of knew this was bound to happen at some point. It's kind of strange as to why it didn't happen this year. They released the Acclimator instead, which is cool, don't get me wrong, just a bit odd. But regardless, it looks like in 2026, we're finally going to get a Midi-Scale Venator to pair with the Midi-Scale Invisible Hand. And I mean, I expect it to look really good. Historically, the modern Midi-Scale sets have been pretty good for the most part. Well, except for the Abomination of Kylo Ren Shuttle, but other than that, they've looked really good. So because of that, I expect this Venator to be a nice little display piece to pair with the Invisible Hand. However, I fear it's going to have a pretty hefty price tag. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up retailing for $80 or $85, but still, it is exciting that we are finally getting it. And then lastly, we have a pretty strange rumor. This is the one rumor out of this list that I'm actually pretty skeptical of, that being a Cobb Vanth versus Cad Bane duel set, with a little note that says similar to the Obi-Wan versus Vader duel and the Paz Vizsla versus Moff Gideon duel. Yeah, so a Book of Boba Fett set in 2026, 4 years after the show released, is definitely a bit strange. I mean, it'd definitely be cool, don't get me wrong. It'd be a great way for LEGO to put Cad Bane in a cheaper set. It's just kind of strange that the rumor is a Book of Boba Fett set. And again, none of the sets on this list are technically confirmed. They're all rumors, but this one right here is the one that I'm actually taking with a grain of salt. I wouldn't be surprised if this doesn't end up being real. The other 5 though, I'm pretty sure future are probably going to happen. Anyways, guys, those are the first 2026 rumors so far. Let me know what you think about them down in the comments below. If you're new, please consider subscribing. And if you want to check out more videos, you see on the screen right now.